And welcome to episode 43 of the BTF podcast. It's a Saturday. We're coming at you live. Football is returning today. So our show title of Back to Football was never more true than it is today. I'm joined by my two wonderful co-hosts. We're missing one member of the team today, but I'm joined by John Miller and Levi. John, how are you today?
Not doing too bad. Weather's pretty good. We've had some good weather recently. So yeah, not doing too bad. Got a few chores to do today. I've been roped into a bit of painting, a bit of glossing. I've already put the clothes on the line. Not using a tumble dryer when the weather's like this, but nah, all good. Levi, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Just, adapting to isolation, enjoying the fact that I can go out now whenever I want, unlimited exercise. Already been out for my my morning walk, so I've probably got another walk left in me at some point. But yeah, really excited for football to be back, whether it's German football or the Premier League. I'm just glad to have some football back, just to keep us going. Really, it's the morale boost I needed, I think.
Yeah. Where are the games today being televised? Like, obviously, if you haven't been keeping up to date with what's going on, where can you catch these games?
I believe all the games are being televised on BT Sport. But if you're a bit of a gambling person, then I'm pretty sure you can catch all of the games as well on some of the gambling websites that are out there. I'm not going to name drop any, just in case they think I'm giving them a bit of clout. But you can
no free ads.
Clout.
No free ads.
You can catch them on a few gambling websites I've been able to see as well. But yeah, I'll definitely be tuning in. And there's definitely the big one, I would say, at 2:30 with Schalke and Borussia Dortmund.
Family ties there, Levi. Family ties.
I will be watching very, very keenly to see how my cousin gets on. But yeah, it'll be good to see him pitch a goal today. I've got a good feeling.
What are the odds on him starting today? Obviously,
I think quite high. You know what's weird? I don't even think throughout the earlier set of when he was at Man City and when he went to Schalke in the early days, I've never seen him pop up on so many different media pages
news
in
outlets.
My life. Like, I'll be scrolling through, reading like a rubbish newspaper like the Daily Mail, and all you would just see at the bottom is he's just there talking about life in isolation in Germany. It is weird, but I think the odds of him starting are quite high in my opinion. Should anyway.
Yeah, let's hope some minutes at least will be great to see. I'm definitely going to be tuning into that game. It's a 2:30 p.m. kickoff for us. Is that right? Yeah. Erling Haaland, do you think he's going to score? Do you think he's going to start as well?
I think it's going to be really interesting to see who's been putting in the most work during isolation. It's been easy to probably sit down, take a few months off, do nothing. But I think it's going to show today, and I expect a lot of the games are going to have a lot of goals in them. I think we're going to have a few rusty players, and we'll have a few strikers that probably took this really, really seriously and kept their fitness up, and it will show.
Yeah, I think so too. That kind of brings me on quite nicely to a show that I've been watching during lockdown, during isolation, whatever. The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary that's obviously on ESPN in the States, but we get it on Netflix here in the UK. And that point of conditioning and staying fit and staying, the as healthy as you can be. I think MJ was like the king of that. Are you up to date with all 8 episodes, Levi?
Yeah, I wake up on Monday morning. First thing I do is pop it on straight away. I don't think there's been a documentary that I've watched probably in my lifetime that has actually made me feel inspired the way that documentary does. Like, I would never really take up on basketball that much, but I've bought 2K for
same.
The cut price still there it is now. I bought 2K. You see me like getting excited because I can play with the old Bulls team on 2K, and it's just crazy to follow some of the stories of basketball of a basketball player. I've been having a chat with some of my housemates, and everyone as a kid probably always said they want to be a footballer. After watching that documentary, I kind of want to be a basketball player.
Yeah, I agree. Can you dunk?
I'm probably too short and too heavy to jump up that high, but I won't not try.
John, what's your early sort of experiences of Michael Jordan? He was probably just about retiring, maybe when you might have been getting into sports and basketball.
Not that old, mate. I don't know.
Well, like 2000, he was still playing in like 2001, 2002.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I had family in America, and obviously I went to America when I was 9, and obviously he was pretty big then.
Just do the math. What's that, about 1973?
Yeah, something like that. It was my grandparents' house. They used to have like cause obviously there was a lot of young cousins there, and they used to have those. Everywhere had them in America. Those like basketball hoops like, attached to the drive, like the car park drive garage thing, whatever. So like I'd always be out there like playing basketball and stuff. But I was out there in '94, so the World Cup was on as well. I was out there in the summer, so those are my sort of first two sort of memories of like sports, basketball and football, and obviously coming back to the UK and then like going to the pens, as it were, or the playgrounds. They'd always have like the football and then the basketball at the top. But for some odd reason, I just couldn't deal with the jamming on my fingers. So I used to play basketball, and I always used to. I can't remember. There's a name for it. Like I can't remember what it is. Where it goes on the top of your fingers and like you get sore. Hurts so bad, and so I was just kind of like, I can't do this game. Like I just couldn't do it. Like I picked up football quite easily than I did basketball. So yeah, MJ, I knew I was going to make that face.
If anyone ever gets the pleasure of seeing John play football, him picking up football quite easily was definitely.
Mate, listen. Come on, you can't be throwing stones at me now. I don't play football regularly anymore, and that was a one-off staff game played once a year. My football teams will, winning cups and trophies will obviously demonstrate the knowledge and the experience is there. But yeah, sorry, mate, the legs gave up on me, a good few years ago.
You sound like an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, I did let you on a few assists, Levi. I'm not sure what happened with those chances. I didn't see the onion bag rippling. I'm not too sure. But moving on swiftly. Yeah, no, Space Jam. What a film that was.
Sorry, Levi's coughing.
Space Jam. Yeah, and obviously playing the game. The game on the SNES or Mega Drive back in the day. NBA Jam and all the rest of it. Like, class.
Yeah, so like not to, because we know that you haven't watched the series yet, and
not yet. No, I've heard.
Not to give
things.
away like too many details, but like Space Jam came up in the most recent episode, and the whole time I've been thinking, at some point they're going to mention Space Jam, and it's going to be like, Michael's head wasn't in the game because he went off and started trying to film movies and stuff. I think they say that quite a lot about Vinnie Jones, that Vinnie Jones's career was maybe cut a little bit short because he had kind of grander visions of being this celebrity, this actor, and don't come at me, Vinny, if you disagree with that and watching. Don't fancy that, but I thought it was going to come to a point where it was like, MJ had other aspirations, but actually, when he was filming Space Jam was like the most committed time of his career, and what he was doing is he was inviting players from all across the league out to the Warner Brothers lot in Los Angeles. To actually play pickup games in the evening. So he would like get up 6 a.m., film with Space Jam for like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. And then after that, he'd be playing like 3 or 4 hours of basketball with like the top players in the league that were coming out to LA to play with him. So
the maddest thing as well, just about that, is that he obviously was probably during like the period of time where he was trying to come back the next season even stronger. And he asked Warner Brothers, like, can you like pretty much build me a court? And they built him like a court, gave him all the gym equipment that he needed, all within their studios. And I just thought that was crazy. What sort of level of superstardom do you have to have for them to just build your basketball court and give you all the gym equipment that you want?
Yeah, it was called like the Jordan Dome or something like that. which very, very impressive. And yeah, obviously like that following season, they more or less like broke records. So yeah, we'll stop sort of giving spoilers there for you, John, but you'll certainly enjoy it when you watch it. I think even, take the story aside and take Michael Jordan and the alpha that he is, take that out of it. It is just a fantastically made documentary. Sort of the storytelling in it is really kind of unrivaled. I think the way it sort of tells like parallel storylines from different years at the same time, like it's really enjoyable to watch.
All right, you sold it to me. I was gonna, no, I definitely was gonna watch it anyway. But like, when you're into something, you're watching it, and then you think, like sometimes you go to watch something. I don't know if you guys have experienced it. You're like, I'll watch that because everyone's talking about it. But then you're like, in your head, like you think, let me just finish this first, because like you don't want to leave things unfinished. So like, I'm like halfway through Homeland, and I'm like, I'll just get Homeland done and then watch that, and just kind of do it in an order. But I might just have to park it because I'm just hearing too many good things. You guys have sold it to me today, so yeah, I might have to just go Homeland, take a back seat. Let's get some MJ on.
What about the other show that everyone's talking about at the moment? And I'd admit I've not watched a single minute of this yet. I couldn't even, if someone showed me a still from this program, I wouldn't be able to tell you what it was. But Normal People, anyone watch that yet?
No,
I haven't. No, I haven't heard about it.
Okay, maybe
you've heard of it, but yeah, not watched it yet.
Apparently it's on iPlayer. I'm sure if Greg was here today, shout out to our fallen homie, that he would probably know a little bit about it. But I'm hearing good things.
Yeah, the missus is watching it.
Is that a series about the students?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I've actually heard about it, if it's the one I'm talking about on BBC, is that it's probably got the most sets.
Yeah, I've heard that.
TV show ever. It broke the record for it with like over the whole series, like 48 minutes worth of it. So that's definitely not a series to watch when your mum's around.
Yeah. Is your mum around?
No. So
no. Yeah. Get it on after the show. But yeah, I've heard good things, so maybe I will check that out this week. So Bundesliga starts today, as we've said. In a second, we're going to do a Bundesliga themed quiz. Feel free to join in with us. I have posted the link to this on Facebook, so some of you may be watching there, and you can also comment in the YouTube feed below. Please do give us a like and hit that subscribe button if you are watching for the first time. You'll get notifications every Saturday when we go live. The time fluctuates a little bit, doesn't it, boys, on a Saturday as to what time we go live, depending on different commitments. But if you do subscribe and hit the little bell notification thing, then that will solve all of those issues, and our punctuation or our punctuality will be a side issue, and you'll get
just
updates.
Depends how crazy John's gone on his Friday night party.
That's it. Yeah. What did you do last night?
Oh, I had a quiet one, mate. I had a quiet one. I am definitely hosting another racing event in the near future due to the success of the last one. So, feel free to join into that, lads. You won't be disappointed.
Oh God.
I think Johnny Mills is quite a good name for a horse.
Mate, you should hear some of the names that they rename these horses. Are bloody hilarious.
Yeah. There's some good. There's an old Alan Partridge. I think it's on the Day Today where he's like a sports correspondent, and he works at the races, and some of the horse names there are absolutely hilarious. I'll try and find some of those in a second. But yeah, first of all, before we go into this quiz, let's quickly talk about Iron Mike and his potential return to the ring. Obviously, you two are very keen boxing fans. I'm more of a, we're probably all casuals, but I'm probably more of a casual than you guys. Mike Tyson returning, is it a good thing? Will it happen? Is it just a publicity stunt? Will he win?
John, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, age before beauty and all that. I think it will be exhibitions. I can't really see anybody like even it'd be a massive payday for anyone that gets in there, but I can't see anyone with any sort of pride in themselves like a Joshua Fury going in there with Mike Tyson. I think it would need to be someone of his own sort of age within maybe a 10-year, 7 to 10 year sort of gap, like a Shannon Briggs or maybe Vitaly Klitschko or someone like that. But yeah, like, you know, I mean, I saw an interview with Shannon Briggs and he was saying, yeah, he's happy to go in there and do like exhibition, 3, 4, 5 round exhibition or something like that. But he don't want to really like get serious because there's like too much respect. There's too much respect there. He's like an icon. Like everyone knows who he is. And, you know, I don't know. I think exhibitions only. I personally, on a personal level, would not like to see him in there with even somebody as poorly talented. That's not even a word, but with the same sort of talent level as a Deontay Wilder. Like, I just wouldn't want to see it, just because, you know, Deontay Wilder would just knock him out because he's too fast and too young, and then he'll be like, oh, I beat the great Mike Tyson. Well, no, you beat someone who's 53 years old. You've seen a 5-second clip of him. You know, no one's seen like the full training. He's probably gassed after 10 seconds, but we've just seen like 5 seconds of it, like all built in. Yeah, I think exhibitions only. That's all I'd want to see. But I reckon if they did a pay-per-view now, like just pay-per-view, obviously, like you know, in the next couple of weeks, whenever, you know, maybe like in June or whatever, and charge like 10 quid and just had it on like Sky pay-per-view, like whatever, like no one in the arena. I reckon that would easily do like 500,000, if not more, maybe even 1 million buys. So there's a lot of money to be made from even just exhibitions, but no more than 5 rounds. Nah, not for me.
Isn't there a thing at the moment, Levi? Obviously, I'll let you come in on this in a second, but isn't there a thing where one of the proposals for boxing returning after coronavirus is that there will be no fights longer than 5 rounds, and there's like no spitting and all that stuff that almost makes the sport impossible?
Yeah,
if there was fights that people have been waiting to see for years and they're being decided on quite major scales, and they're deciding on 5 rounds, they might as well just not box at all, in my opinion, because I think that's just completely destroyed what it is. There'll be so many excuses coming up from fighters. Oh yeah, I only got 5 rounds. My game plan was to take him to the later rounds, but obviously it's just not boxing. And I think 5 rounds would just be a ridiculous proposal for him, and it just wouldn't work, in my opinion. I don't know what John thinks.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I've heard similar things about the different rules and stuff that they've got. Like, or the referee has to be in like proper boiler suits, and you can only take off the only people that can take off their masks.
Like a hazmat suit.
Yeah, yeah. Like the fighters will wear masks, and then they'll take them off during the ring. They can't, you know, drink water and spit. You can't share bottles. I mean, I don't know why you would share bottles with a sweaty boxer anyway. But like there was a YouTube channel that I follow, and he was sent it by a promoter, and he didn't name the name of the promoter, but he obviously read out all the sort of proposals of what it is, and some of them were just ridiculous, and it's just kind of not worth it. You're better off waiting. Exhibitions, yeah, if it was Mike Tyson or anything, but no title fights, nothing like that, nothing that's kind of going to be defined in history, like just to kind of keep it warm, like keep it going a bit, you know, keep the fans just interested, whet the appetite a bit. Yeah, you know, you can have Mike Tyson in the boiler suit or whatever, but you wouldn't want to see like, you know, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, or Dylan White Povetkin under those circumstances. Not me, anyway.
And I'd say exactly the same. I think if these are big fights, and they mean a lot in terms of the heavyweight division. So if they are going to do these fights, they need to do them 12-round fights, and allow the boxers to have their camp, so that when they do get into it, there's no excuses. It's just fighting business as normal. But I'll tell you who I've just fought. I would fancy against I wouldn't fancy them against Mike Tyson. I fancy Tyson against them. That's actually quite a young boxer. He could probably fight the likes of a Charles Martin, or he could fight the likes of a Dominic Brazil, and he'd do damage. He'd do damage 100%. Because those boxers they're not up to it. They're not up to the task.
Yeah, it's just more him though, isn't it? It's kind of like how long has he got? Like, because you say that, but if Charles Martin goes in there with a game plan of, you know what, I'm just going to keep away from this guy until, you know, a later round. If it does go, if it's a 12-round fight, you can see Mike Tyson. He's obviously going to tire after 4 rounds. That's just a given, just because of you can't beat Father Time no matter what. And he'll tire. And then imagine, yeah, look at me and my footballing skills. It just goes to show you can't beat Father Time. Yeah, like he'll get. I can see it. Imagine Charles Martin sparking out Mike Tyson. Like it's just nah. And it would be embarrassing. It'd just be embarrassing.
If that fight was to ever happen, and that outcome came to pass, I don't know. I'd go to football stadium and shriek because I'm just so convinced they wouldn't happen.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Well, how long did Holyfield box for? When was his last fight? Is he way in his 40s?
Yeah. Yeah, he was in his. I think he was in his 40s.
And then Bernard Hopkins as well. I'm sure he fought at like 50 or something. Did he not?
Yeah, but Bernard Hopkins. I mean, the oldest heavyweight is George Foreman at 45.
Okay.
Yeah, he beat Michael Moorer for at the third attempt of going up for. He did the same thing. So he came back and was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to do exhibitions." Like, came out of retirement, and then the deal was too good to turn down. You know, and he had about 20 odd fights. Some he lost, some he won. Before he then sort of took on Michael Moorer, but again, like he weren't taking on, you know, Tyson or Holyfield or anyone who was like anyone of note at that time. So like any fans out there talking about a Tyson Joshua or being like, yeah, you know, Joshua ain't all that, or Tyson Fury ain't that, like Mike Tyson will not. They're deluded. They're completely deluded because those guys are just too young and fresh, and yeah, youth's just going to win more often than not.
I'm sure everyone would love to see Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield Part 2. Or has there been a Part 2?
Bite his other ear off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they had 2 fights. They had 2 fights anyway, I think. So it'd be Part 3. The third fight, yeah.
Yeah, everyone would love to see him get on again. 100%. And isn't Holyfield thinking of coming out of retirement as well? And doing his exhibition stuff as well. So chuck them both in together. That would be class.
Yeah. I'm up for it. I'd watch it. I'll put it that. I'll put that out there.
51. Holyfield was 51 when he retired.
Jesus.
That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, it's. I just don't want to see it, man. I just don't want to see it. It's just, yeah, I don't want to see it. I think everyone's just getting gassed now because, you know, we're in this sort of Corona situation where we're like, you know, there's not a lot going on. Sports cancelled, and I think a few people are getting ideas of grandeur. But you know, if everything was sort of normal service, we wouldn't be talking about it. Holyfield wouldn't be talking about coming out. He's just kind of jumping on the bandwagon of the sort of Mike Tyson video clip and the possibility of that coming out. And he's like, well, you know, I can make a payday here if I can jump in with him. But like, everyone's got to remember that fight. Like, you know, Tyson bit his ear because he was losing, you know. Is he going to be much better however many years on, 10, 15, 20 years on? Is he going to be much better than he was then? You know, getting battered from pillar to post by Holyfield and then having to, you know, bite his ear off to kind of get out of the fight because he was losing. Like, is he going to be much better? I don't think so.
Johnny Mills has spoken.
We do have a recommendation in the comments here from the Colossal Design. Says we should watch Gangs of London. Have any of you watched that?
I've watched it. I've already watched it.
Have you watched it?
And honestly, it's one of the most brutal shows I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, from the first minute, the opening scene has you like, what the hell am I at watching? I'm trying not to give too much away because I would definitely recommend that you do go and give it a watch.
Is it set in the modern era?
Yeah, set in the modern era. It's about essentially an overarching gang that controls London in ways you probably wouldn't imagine. And yeah, it's the story of how a young son takes over his father's reigns almost as the chief head of the gang, and he's trying to avenge his father's death throughout the whole series. So it's definitely a must watch. Very, very, very brutal. But yeah, I'd recommend and it's got a guy from Peaky Blinders in it. He's
Cillian
One of the
Murphy.
brothers.
yeah,
No,
one of
no,
the brothers.
no, not Cillian Murphy. Is it Johnny? Is it Johnny in Peaky Blinders? I think his name is. I can't remember. Or
Not
John.
Arthur.
John.
Other
No,
one.
not Arthur. John. I think it's John.
Yeah,
It's
it is
John.
John.
Yeah.
I think I
So-
might have seen a clip from it on social media. There was is there a lot of like knife crime in it and stuff?
No,
No.
there's just a lot of crime in general. I don't even know. I don't even know how to sum it up.
Okay, I think it's not then the thing that I saw.
It is brutal. Just
What are you watching it
brutal.
on? What's it on? Netflix?
On Sky.
Now TV. So I watch
Okay.
on Now TV on Sky.
That's fine.
But yeah, the whole
Chromecast it.
series is out.
All right, decent. Let's get on to then our Bundesliga quiz, or I guess it's more of a Champions League thing, really. But it features a team from the Bundesliga. First of all, before we get into that, we have another comment from our resident Bundesliga expert, Tom, who is an occasional guest on the show, a great friend of the show. He says we should be watching out for Arminia Bielefeld. I might have butchered the pronunciation there. I would say Byfield. But yeah, they are playing tomorrow and they're looking to keep up their title charge. We have to get Tom on the show, I think, next week to give us a bit more lowdown on German football because he is actually properly an expert. So he'll probably be watching us do this quiz thinking that we have not got a clue what we're talking about. I'm going to share it now. Hopefully this week, boys, no mishaps, no WhatsApp sharing, and that'll make everything a bit smoother.
I'm just hoping that this quiz or this thing that we do today doesn't get me as much hate on Twitter as I got last week for our ranking system.
It shouldn't do. It shouldn't do.
I had to mute my comments after a little bit.
I got a few messages being like, "Where's Aguero?" And I was like, "It's just because it's cut off the side.
Yeah.
Like, don't panic. Like, you have to click it, and the picture will expand." And I can't take you seriously. Aguero's not on there. And I'm like, "Of course he's on there."
I had the same thing with Wayne Rooney because Rooney was cut off at the side. But yeah, we're all good. We're all good. So as you can see there, can you name Bayern Munich UEFA Champions League 11s? There's 253 to name in total from 1994-95 all the way up to 2019-20. To give some more background to that, it's their kind of average starting 11. So the players that played the most during those seasons. And we are helped out a little bit by the formation being there. Tom and all others watching, do feel free to help us out in the comment section here, as I'm sure we probably will need a little bit of help as it goes on. There's 20 minutes on the timer. We'll play on until we get properly stuck, but hopefully we complete it. So, boys, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to try and leave the 1994, 1995 stuff to John because
Okay.
I won't know. I will not know.
All right. I'm gonna start it up then. Right, give me some names then.
Owen Hargreaves.
Hargreaves, that's a great one to start with. Is he spelling it with an A?
Yeah.
There we go. Owen Hargreaves. Philip Lahm. Yeah. Lahm. This is going to be a spelling test for me already, I can tell. Lewandowski.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get the easier ones out of the way.
Lucas
Oliver Kahn.
Kahn, yeah. Let's do the goalies then. Yeah, Kahn, Neuer, but Manuel Neuer. So there's 08-09 through to 10-11. But is two of those, and we're missing one goalie then. Okay. Oh, and also 17-18. We've got the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that was season that Neuer must have been injured. Who did he place?
Right.
I should know that. That'll come to me. Hopefully.
Let's go Ballack.
Yeah, let's get some players in. What about Sami Kufal? Remember, he was banging the floor in that final, man.
How are you spelling that?
I think it was Kufffour, something like that.
Oh, Kufur. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Lovely.
yeah.
Well done.
Proper
Lucio.
defender.
We got
Oh.
Lucio.
I'm trying to think of the centre backs.
Hummels.
Did Badstuber play there?
Boateng. Holger Badstuber. Yeah, that's a great one. Boateng.
Yeah.
Badstuber was injured for like every season, but Holger Badstuber. Nice.
We've got Philip Coutinho in there.
Zico Coutinho is in there for this season. Yeah. James Rodriguez.
What about Lizarazu?
Yeah.
French international.
Yeah.
Lizarazu. Trying to think of that Champions League squad. The 1999 one.
There we go. Vicente Lizarazu.
We'll get a few out of the way as well with
Stefan Effenberg.
Thiago Alcantara.
Thiago.
Yeah.
They call me Thiago. Who sings that? Levi, you'll know that.
Which one?
There's a song at the moment. It starts with "They call me Thiago."
Really?
It's big on TikTok.
Oh, I'm bad with song names and stuff like that, so I'm probably the worst person to ask.
Don't worry about it.
Lothar Matthäus.
Okay, yeah, I'll go Mario Gomez, Mateus. Yeah, there we go. Mateus was in there. Elber. Giovanni Elber.
Closer play.
I've got Closer in there already. Yeah,
Miroslav Closer, definitely. Yeah. What about Effenberg?
Yeah, we've got Stefan Effenberg.
I can't think of too many more.
All right, let's go for their current team then. Serge Gnabry.
Yeah.
We've got
Alphonso
Alaba. David Alaba is in there.
Alphonso Davies.
Schweinsteiger. Davies is a good one.
Schweinsteiger.
Basti.
Marcus Babbel.
Yeah,
Might be two Bs.
Yeah, he was in there. Yeah, look, he was in there from 97. Think of who was the big guy? Did Carsten Janker? Did he play for Bayern?
Oh, the big striker.
Yeah, 97, 98.
Liverpool. Levi should have got this. Dieter Hermann. Is it Hermann?
Do you know what I'm thinking?
Yeah, there we go.
Do you know what I'm thinking about? There's a centre back. His first name is Daniel, and he was massive, but I can't remember his surname, and it's really bugging me. Because I played many an Ultimate Team probably with him at centre back as well. He's really slow as well. Yeah, that's his first name.
What, recent?
Fairly recent. I'd probably say within the 2012, 2013 range.
Okay.
Surely someone that's watching Colossal Designs would definitely know who it is. He's got to know who it is.
Have we got Alaba already?
Yeah, we got David Alaba.
Good.
All right, think of German internationals. Sami Khedira, was he there?
Yeah, maybe.
It's
Khedira, isn't it? It's Ked, not Ked.
It is Ked, but
Ked?
He must have gone somewhere else.
Don't ask me about spelling.
Podolski. I've got Podolski. Did Neuville play there? I know he was at Leverkusen.
Not sure. What about Jorginho?
Jorginho, as in... Yeah, nice. Jorginho, I know he was a 1994 World Cup winner.
Old school.
With Brazil.
I don't know why we're not getting the current day ones. That's bugging me. Oh,
Klinsmann never played for them, did he?
So they've got there's the young French guy, Daniel Van Boyten. There we go.
Yes.
Tom with the the knowledge there. Yeah, Daniel Van Boyten. Who's the French guy that plays? I think left back.
What, Willy Sagnol?
Oh, Sagnol is. Yeah,
Sagnol? Yeah, not sure.
Sagnol.
And
then,
wow. Is there
John coming through.
But there's the more recent one. Tom is giving us some great ones here. There we go. Michael Rensing for the goalkeeper. Tom, we are heavily relying on you here to pull us through. Right, think of the modern day team. Who's in that team?
My mind's just going. Joshua Kimmich.
Kimmich.
I don't know why my mind's so blank today. 2 M's.
There we go. Kimmich is in there. Oh, Ribéry and Robben, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh no, that's bad from us.
Yeah. Think of picture the end of season celebrations. You've got those big steins of beer being poured over different managers' heads. Now try and picture the players that are pouring
Thomas
those
Müller?
beers.
Have we got Thomas Müller in
Thomas
there?
Müller. We have not got Thomas Müller. That is a great one as well.
Get in.
This
So
is
you're thinking
mad,
about current players. You got Coman. I don't know if Kingsley Coman.
Oh, Kingsley Coman.
Great shout.
Coman the Barbarian. All right, so we're only missing one player from the recent season. I'm pretty sure it's the French Pavard. There we go, Benjamin Pavard.
Oh, Pavard. Oh yeah, he's quality.
Yeah,
great World Cup.
We're missing 2 midfielders. The Spanish guy, Javi Martinez.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Great shout.
Any other good Spanish players that played there under Pep? Did Reina didn't play there? Did he for a season? No.
He didn't. What about like Gnabry?
Mario Götze? That is a great shout as well. Tom with another zinger.
What about Serge Gnabry?
Yeah, we got Gnabry.
Oh, you have, yeah. I can't see this. Like, I ain't got my glasses, so I'm just shouting out.
It is pretty. I'll see if I can zoom in.
Oh, that's better. That's brilliant.
All right, these are the
ones we got already.
The recent
what
ones.
Year we're looking at?
Okay.
Struggle.
Anyone listening on Spotify and iTunes, we apologize. Right now, I'll try and do an audio description of this, but there's many gaps basically on our thing. What about the guy Sanchez, Renato Sanchez? Do you think he got in one of these teams?
Maybe.
Yeah, he probably would have got him.
No, he must not played enough. Renato. Torsten Frings, was he? Yeah.
You might as well throw it in there.
Yeah, he was in there somewhere. And Bernd Schneider. I don't know whether these guys played for Munich or not. No.
What about
Hassan Salihamidzic? Again, is Tom with the goods.
Come on, Tom.
Salihamidzic. What about the Niko Kovac? Philip Koku, was he there? Van Bommel.
Didn't City buy Roque Santa Cruz from Bayern Munich?
Yes. Roque Santa Cruz. He was there. We're missing a few strikers from like 03 through to 09. There must be that must be one striker, I reckon, that played for them for that whole time, who must have been banging in the goals. Don't know who it is.
What about Douglas Costa? Well, no, Douglas Costa?
Could try it. I was thinking Olic as well, yeah. Costa's there. Ivica Olic.
Yeah, Olic.
Olic.
Did they have any other Brazilian players that you can think of?
I know, I was thinking that they tend to like to go there.
Linker. There we go, Thomas Linker. Right, we're on 179 out of 253.
I don't think that's that bad.
What percentage is that?
As a percentage, here we go. We can do this off the top of my head. That is roughly 70%.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, roughly 70%, just over 70%. Because 10% would be 25, and then there's So yeah, we're doing all right.
Jens Lehmann didn't play. Jens Lehmann didn't play for them, did he? Was he Dortmund?
No, we've got all the keepers, haven't we?
We're missing 2017-18 season goalkeeper.
Well, ain't going to be Jens Lehmann, is it? What about was it there like some? I don't know if he was Italian or
Roy Mackay.
Yes, Roy Mackay. Great shout. What Claudio Pizarro?
Yeah, Pizarro's a great one. Tom's dropping all of them here. He's got Zé Roberto, which is a great one, and Zickler.
Oh, Zickler. Nice. Great shout.
And
You've tried Pizarro yet?
Yeah.
let's go for Pizarro. There we go.
Boom.
Pizarro's in there. Right, doing better now. Okay. Think back to the 2014 World Cup squad. The winning team for Germany. There must be some players in this 2014-15 and 13-14 team. Paulo Sergio. There's another Spanish guy that I think he was a left back that was brought in by Pep Guardiola.
No. Not Contral. No, he didn't.
Have we got Shaqiri?
Yeah, Xherdan Shaqiri. Let's try him. Shaq.
No, you.
No. Jens Jeremies. Oh yeah. What about Sebastian Deisler as well?
Oh yeah, what a player. We got Mandzukic.
How do you spell that?
No wait, hold on. He's
Yeah, there we go. Deisler, D-E-I.
Yeah.
Mario Mandzukic.
We got Mario.
Lovely
God
stuff.
knows how you spell in that. Oh, you got it in.
Tom's
Alonso. Xabi Alonso.
Yeah,
surely.
Xabi Alonso.
Oh yes, I'm actually useful.
So there was I think he was actually a Brazilian, the guy that I'm thinking of, and I said he's Spanish. I think he was actually Brazilian, and he played, and he was like a right back or a left back.
I'm sure it begins with C. I swear it's like
Mehmet
Contrario or try Contento or something like that. Just put it in.
Contento. No, it's not as it's
where it's like Contral or something like that. I can't remember.
Tarnat. Michael Tarnat. Look at this. Tom is absolute expert here on Bayern Munich.
Oh, I'm trying to think German league. My head's going back to Ultimate Team.
Oh, what about that player that Arsenal was going to buy? Is it Rafinha?
Rafinha, there we go. That's the one. That's the Brazilian guy.
Oh, is that the one you're talking about? Yeah. Remember Arsenal were meant to buy him, but we didn't buy him.
And then there was
Didn't he have a brother?
Mehdi Benatia.
Benatia, yeah, that's a good one as well.
We've got 5 minutes.
One of North African finest players. Benatia, there we go, Mehdi Benatia.
Over team, don't worry.
All right, we've got roughly 40 to go. We're a bit short on the ground with 94, 95.
Of course we're going to be.
Have you got any of the modern day ones that are still left? Sula?
Yeah, Sula, Nicholas Sula. No, how are you spelling that?
With an E.
Oh, yeah, Sule. All right, so we've completed 2019-20, 18-19. We've got a goalie to get in 17-18. And we've got one player missing in 16-17. And same goes, actually, one player missing in 14-15, 16-17. And it's probably the same player. So, yeah, did they have... It's probably a Pep player, I'm thinking.
Who's the goalkeeper? That's bugging me.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Neuer's
Dante.
Dante, yeah.
Yeah, nice. And Dante fires. Tom's made the Alan Partridge reference there, which I appreciate. Think. Thomas, is that Thomas or Carsten?
What, Thomas Stark?
Stark, legend. No. Oh, with an E? No. Thought we had it there, mate. I thought we had it.
Who was the goalkeeper? This is going to piss me off.
Trying to think of that. Have we got 1999 sewn up? Champions League United.
We are missing two
One player.
midfielders from the 1999 team, and then
We got Goktan.
Emre Can is a good one. No, obviously he didn't play enough.
No, I said Goktan.
Oh, how are you spelling that?
I don't know. G, and then maybe K, Goktan.
Oh, no. Tom said Tony Kroos.
Tony Kroos,
Oh,
yeah, class.
Great shout.
Forgot about him.
All right,
These
that's
awful quizzes put you on the spot, don't they?
They do, mate. They do.
You do. We've done bloody well, mate.
Yeah, you and Dan have.
Wow.
I'm just here for the decor.
I'm trying to think
I don't
back.
really follow them that much.
Well, that's the thing. Today is going to be a record day, I think, for
Yeah.
Bundesliga viewership. Games kicking off in about an hour and a half. But yeah, this is testing. I'm slightly concerned about this striker that we're missing in 2006, 7, and 8, 9. And that's also made me just realize that there is no 7, 8 on there, which is either a mistake or the Bundesliga was cancelled that year. But it definitely wasn't. So yeah, there's no 2007, 2008. Or were they not in the Champions League that year, perhaps?
Maybe.
That would be odd if they weren't, but
yeah. Who was that player? We used to love him, me and my friend. Is it Altintop?
Hamit Altintop. Yeah, lovely.
Altintop, he played everywhere, so he went to Real Madrid as well.
Yeah, what player? Someone talking about legend.
Tom said Altintop as well at the same time.
Yeah. What a good player.
Tom's coming through with all of the good ones. I need him to do the goalkeeper for me. Please, Tom. Please. That's going to bug me all day.
All right, we got a minute and 30 to crack.
Have
at
we
least
got
if we can get
three
Van
more?
Bommel.
There's Van Bommel on there.
I got Mark Van Bommel, yeah.
Who's Manuel Neuer's replacement?
There we go. Tom's also coming through with the facts here. They were in the Europa League in 2007, 2008, and they played Bolton Wanderers.
Oh, really?
Madness.
What about that Brazilian goalkeeper? Was it Lucio?
I got Lucio as he's the centre back.
Oh, is he a centre back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lucio.
One of the best centre backs, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was quality. I'm stuck, mate. I'm stuck.
50 seconds before I actually have a breakdown, because I'm going to know it, and I'm going to.
There's going to be a few in here that are going to be very disappointing that we didn't get.
Oh, shit. Who's that player? His striker. It might be Italian. Is it Luca Toni?
Oh, Luca Toni, yeah. Nice. Yeah, Luca Toni with the
celebration. Hair. Yeah.
Like that.
Luca Toni, what a player. I'm struggling, man. That's it. My brain's not working. We've got Philip Lahm, Matt Hummels. We've got all those guys in already.
Anyone else that came in from Dortmund? Obviously, they took Götze, Hummels, and Lewandowski. Did there were any other players that came across? None of the Benders played for Bayern.
Oh yeah, the brothers.
Yeah, Sven and Lars. All right, we've got 5 seconds left. Sven Ulrich, Tom's saying, but we've run out of time.
Oh, ran out of
the
time.
goalkeeper was Sven Ulrich.
I would have never got that.
There we go.
Juan. I swear you put Podolski in already.
We did put Podolski. Yeah,
we did Podolski in, but he's come up on the
okay, right. We'll count that then as an extra one. Martin Demichelis. Anatoly Timashek, the blonde lot.
Luis Gustavo. How did we not remember Luis Gustavo?
Vidal's one that's bugged me.
Vidal.
Christian Ziege. Maybe Greg might have got that if he'd been here.
Jens Jeremies.
Tom. To be fair, Tom did say Jens Jeremies in the chat. I thought I'd put it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 3 Jens Jeremies there. We also said Podolski, so that's 4.
We did. I remember you saying that.
Technically, Tom said Sven Ulrich within the time limit, but obviously the delay on the broadcast here of about 15-20 seconds meant that we didn't put it in. So what's that? That's an extra 5, which means we might have got about 229. which by my calculations is well over 90%. So overall, we're pretty much experts on Bayern Munich and the Bundesliga. So well done us. But more importantly, well done, Tom, for absolutely carrying us through that entire thing. What a hero. Got to get him on the show next week to talk a little bit about Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2. But yeah, I think we did all right there. That 20 minutes went quite long.
Yeah, cheers, Dan and John, for carrying me along the way as well. Because, I was useless.
Yeah, we should do more of those though. Maybe we'll do one on Liverpool next week.
You gotta get like Liverpool over the last like 5 years, then Levi will be.
Yeah,
we'll be in.
last 2 years. Klopp's Liverpool.
Well, listen, this is not the time for this debate, but I have actually like mentioned to anybody that's kind of above like 26, and I've gone Firmino, Bergkamp. There is no one that has gone Firmino. There is no one.
Yeah, do you know why? It's because Arsenal just completed that one feat of being unbeaten, and when players retire, naturally people hold them in a higher esteem when they're playing. So
that's not the reason.
We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Bergkamp wasn't there just for that one season. You know, he was there he came in like 96. And he done bits. You know, scored a lot of great goals. Goal ratio is better. His assist ratio is better. His running back and tackling. You know, it's not a debate that we should have really had, really, Levi. I'm disappointed in myself for even letting you even have that debate. But
Dan, are we going to do the Bundesliga predictions? Because John will never see eye to eye on this, I don't think.
Yeah, we'll do those. I'm just pulling up the fixture list now. While I'm doing that, I will mention that I've been playing a hell of a lot of Call of Duty Warzone over lockdown. And if you head over to the SNG Network YouTube channel, you can see me playing a bit of Warzone and talking about some different things with the host of their network. And I'm going to send the link to you, Levi, straight away for that, because you got to watch it. You got to pick up some of these tactical movements.
I'm just so
rotations.
So bad.
These loadouts I got, but yeah, really enjoyed making that content, and I think I did all right in the end. I thought it was going to be a pretty shitty game, but I did all right. So yeah, you can watch that. And John, would that be your first Warzone experience if you watch that video?
No. I had everyone had that mate where they used to be like, yeah, come to my house and play some games, and then you went to the house and watched them play games. I had a mate like that. He always used to play Call of Duty. Yeah, come play Call of Duty with me, and I just go down and just watch him play Call of Duty.
Was that John Aldinho?
No, it was one of his mates, actually. It was one of his mates. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'll definitely take a look at that, because I'm still, every day that goes by, I'm being convinced a little bit more and more to pick up a PS4.
Yeah, you got to do it. They'll be dirt cheap as well next week, probably, because the PS5 stuff is all coming out.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah. All right. Fixtures today, then. Let's go for just the... we'll do all of today's fixtures. So we've got 5 2:30 p.m. kickoffs and a 5:30 p.m. kickoff. First up, we've got Hoffenheim and Hertha Berlin. Is Klinsmann, is he still manager there at Hertha Berlin? Tom will be able to tell us that, but I'll get predictions first from Levi on this one.
Didn't he have to stand down because he didn't have like the right coach?
He didn't have any badges, did he? I'll check that.
Fake it till you make it.
But yeah, so fake it till you make it. World Cup manager and two nations. So yeah, Jurgen Klinsmann. He is no longer the coach of Hertha BSC. Got to get them badges, boys. Make sure you're qualified and you got your license.
I got them badges, mate. I got them badges.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, first fixture then: Hoffenheim and Hertha. Levi, prediction?
I'm gonna say Hertha. Obviously, I've had a little look as well, and Hoffenheim's home form isn't that great with and that's probably with fans. So I can't imagine it'll be any better without fans. So I'm gonna go Hertha. They probably got a little bit more to play for. They are slightly lower in the league as well. So I'm going to give the underdog a little a little boost and predict they'll probably win that game. And I'll probably say it'd be a convincing win, 2-3-0.
All right, mate. It ain't that deep. RB Leipzig. John, this will be your prediction. RB Leipzig, third place in the league, taking on Freiburg, who are down in 8th place. Mm-hmm. That's 2:30 p.m. kickoff. What is your prediction for that game?
Can't really look past a Leipzig win for that. Obviously, small advantages now in given the fact that there hasn't been no momentum with football. So any small advantage that a team can have, and obviously I know playing at home, we ain't no home fan advantage, but it's still your home, so I'm gonna have to go for them, and they're doing much better in the league. So nice and simple on that. Should be.
Levi, any thoughts on that? I'll grab a prediction from all three of us actually for each fixture. So, John, what was your thoughts on the first one?
Oh, Hoffenheim. I'm not just doing that to go against Levi.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
I'll take a draw.
Go for the home advantage.
I'll take a draw in that one then to go against both of you. And Levi, what's your thoughts then on RB Leipzig and Freiburg?
Yeah, you can't look past Leipzig. I don't think it'll be a tough game, but you can't look past Leipzig.
Is Timo Werner, is he Leipzig?
Yeah. And I think he'll be coming firing on all cylinders. He'll have something to prove as well, because all the world's eyes are watching, and he's probably going to be looking for a move in the summer if possible. So he's got to stand out as much as possible. So yeah, he'll definitely bag one today as well.
Cool, nice. Quick fire on this one. We've got a kind of a bit of a relegation scrap here. Fortuna Düsseldorf take on Paderborn. Dusseldorf are 16th in the league, and Paderborn are rock bottom in 18th place. I will go first with this one and say that Paderborn take the points and close that gap to within 3 of Dusseldorf. John, wild prediction? Draw.
Yeah.
Levi?
I'll go the other way then. I'm going to go Dusseldorf win.
Literally shooting in the dark here, aren't we? Don't know too much about this, but the big clash then, Borussia Dortmund taking on Schalke at Signal Iduna Park, or as it's better known. John, with your Yale background?
I'm going to go for a Dortmund win, but I'm going to go for Levi's family relative to come off the bench and get a pull one back, so 2-1.
Come off the bench? I will be fuming if he's not starting. I'm going to go Schalke. Schalke win. They're going to stun Dortmund a little bit. Dortmund will be slow at the blocks. And let's just hope Erling Haaland's goal-scoring form stops today.
Yeah. I'm hoping that this is a high-scoring game. And yeah, I'm hoping that Rabbi gets on the score sheet. So I'm thinking 3-2 Schalke.
And that is why, John, that's my favourite co-host.
And also, I think, and I said Signal Iduna Park, better known as, I think, is it not better known as Westfalen Stadion? Maybe. That's what I knew it as before it had the sponsorship. But yeah, moot point. Augsburg taking on Wolfsburg. That is 7th place Wolfsburg taking on 14th place. Prediction from John?
Wolfsburg
with the away win, and Levi?
Outside of John for a change, actually. I want to say Wolfsburg as well. I think Augsburg's form is just terrible.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with you guys as well. So we're all going for an away win there for Wolfsburg. And then finally, we have the 5:30 p.m. GMT kickoff between Eintracht Frankfurt and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Mönchengladbach are 4th in the Bundesliga on 49 points. Eintracht Frankfurt down in 12th place on 28 points. Obviously, Frankfurt lost. Was Jovic at Frankfurt? Who was the big striker that they lost this year? All right, predictions first. I'll do the research. I'll do the research on that.
Tumbleweed, just
yeah.
I'm going to say Gladbach. I've watched actually a couple of games Gladbach this season. and they just prove a tough team to break down. So I see that. I think they'll be able to snatch a win here, and quite convincingly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go for a draw, 0-0.
Nice. Okay, 0-0. And luckily, I was right that it was Luka Jovic that was there last season, and also Haller, the guy that signed for West Ham. They were both there last season, and no longer play there, so they are struggling a little bit more this season. I will take the Mönchengladbach win in that game. Big fan of the goalie there at Mönchengladbach, Jan Sommer. He played in that famous Basel team with Mo Salah back in, must have been about 2011, 2012, that sort of time. But yeah, so those are our predictions. They mean nothing. Please don't take those as read and throw a load of money on them and come back to us next week expecting some sympathy, because we've told you up front those predictions are based on nothing apart from the Schalke prediction, and Schalke will win 3-2 and Rabbi Matondo will probably get a hat-trick. So that's where we're at with those. Any big plans for the rest of the weekend, boys?
Same as always, unlimited exercise and chilling in my house.
Lovely.
Yeah, working out. I need to go get some. I need to go find some gas. I bought a barbecue and I haven't used it yet because last weekend I spent 2 hours driving around from petrol station to petrol station trying to get some gas, and they all just had empty cylinders. So I want to get
very American. Oh
yeah.
Wait, what do you mean gas as in like propane?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you meant like gas as in that you put in your car.
No. Not that kind of gas. No, that propane, yeah. Cala gas or whatever you call it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get some of that so I can get the barbecue on. I think Tuesday, Wednesday is gonna be a scorcher, so get the barbecue, get in the garden. So yeah, get ready for that.
Decent. What's your go-to on the barbecue?
Mate, I'm kind of 90% vegetarian now, so I'll probably have a few Linda McCartney burgers on there. I might steal one of the kids' chicken skewers, but as far as that goes, it'll be all vegetarian meats for me and the missus. I'm afraid. Levi's shaking his head.
Yeah, you just get worse and worse, John. What's going on?
Oh, mate.
90%.
Because when the kids are not looking, I grab a little bit of their chicken here and there. Because the kids are not vegetarian, you got to make your own choices in life, So they're not vegetarian.
Do they do the shopping?
They do. Yeah, they do. They just press all the buttons on the delivery.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll be preparing them chicken legs for them, and I might grab one, but when the missus ain't looking.
So John's 90% vegetarian is actually vegetarian when I feel like it, basically.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Do you know what?
Don't tell the missus, she's not watching.
Put some like hot sauce or some like buffalo like wing sauce on some broccoli, and just like cook the broccoli a little bit first, and then put the sauce on it, and then put that on the barbecue. That's not a bad alternative. Levi,
what?
Chicken wings.
Get me off.
Mate, I'll be slicing that halloumi, mate.
That's good. That is a shout. Worst thing is though when like you lose a bit of halloumi to the grill and it slips through. That is heartbreaking times.
It's basically like dropping a pound down.
Drain.
Down a drain,
or through a floorboard. Right. My nephew did that once. I gave him a £2 coin, and he basically just posted it through the floorboards in my living room. I was like, I've just put that £2 coin through the floorboards. Yeah, we're never going to see that again. What
about yourself, Dan? Any plans?
Not too many big plans. Like you say, we have got that, at least in England, we've got the unlimited exercise thing in place now. So maybe make use of that and take a walk that is slightly more than an hour, perhaps. But yeah, no huge plans in place really. So just sticking to the rules really. I don't think much has changed really for me since the Boris's update last week.
Not much.
Common sense. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's end the show here. thank you, especially to Tom for joining us in the quiz this week. And anyone that does watch this retrospectively, please do give us a like and a share on social media would be amazing. Greg will be joining us again next week. Good luck to him finishing up a couple of assignments that he's got. Working very hard at the moment. And John and Levi, obviously, as ever, thank you very much for joining me today on the BTF podcast for episode 43.
Cheers,
Cool. All right, boys. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys all next week.
All right.
Thank
Peace
you.
out. And I need to watch this Michael Jordan thing later.
Yeah, definitely do it. Do it.
All right. In a bit.